I'm Paula Reynaldi. I'm an artist. I live here in Athens, Georgia. I'm originally from Argentina, from Buenos Aires, a big city. And we are at the Lyndon House Art Center. That is our community space for art here in Athens. And as you see, I'm making installations and experimenting with light and masking tape. And the space. The space is the most important thing for me here, the viewers and the space. And I create the space with light. And I'm interested in the space that is created when the viewers go around my sculptures and cast shadows on the wall and on the floor. I created here an immersive installation. This means that you will come, I will try you move to the center of the room where you will cast shadows on the piece and on the wall and on the floor. It's open. I put this here, but really the work starts when you interact with these pieces and the light. My sculptures are made only with masking tape. It's a humble material. It's a common single use, so people use it, artists, we use it and trash it. And I want to recover this humble material. It's worked perfectly here because it's light. The light can go through, and so it's welcoming you to get close. Nothing will break. It's not heavy. I started to use masking tape years ago when my daughter was a year old. I was in art class. I have a lot of projects to make and little time. Actually, I have traveled to be a mother and the artist at the same time. But I realized that although I didn't have time, I have my daughter who was endless experimenting with materials and things around. So I followed her lead with materials and crayons, containers, paper, and masking tape, of course. So I started to play with masking tape with her, and I discovered that with simple techniques, accumulating simple shapes, my creatures start to grow. And what's light? I love how the light goes through. And since then, I have been experimenting with common materials that we have around. Actually, light is very important, and we have the light always around. And I like to use materials that are very common, are very close to us sometimes. I don't mean masking tape. In this case, it's very close to artists. But balloons, crayons, things that we use usually once and we just forget about. I have been working in two series of two different kinds of installations. One outside in the woods, and one here in indoor spaces. Outside, I install my art on the trails. In that kind of installation, I can control the big space of nature. I can control the light. I can control how people walk. I can control the weather. So I have to adapt. And here, in this kind of installations, I can control many things, like the light, the space. So I bring what I learned from adapting to the space like nature to the indoor installations. I like to highlight how you go from details to the broader view in the woods, how in the woods different perspectives overlaps, and as you walk, what you see change. And I want to translate this here. As you walk around these installations, you will overlap different things, and you will discover that when you move, things change. Somehow, this is like in a theater. You need light to create a space, otherwise it's darkness. In theater, the light is used not only to highlight the actors, just to create the space around. And for these installations, I was lucky enough to work with Stephen Werner, that is the lighter designer of the Motor Theater. In theater, usually you start for a dark room, and you have to decide how much light you will add and for what. And as a visual artist, usually we start for a very well-lit white gallery. And so it's different, not for a dark space. So in theater, actually with light, we create the space. And I want to try to do this here at the gallery. One challenge here is how to cast shadows of the viewer enter the space and getting close to the piece while we are using color light and mixing the colors on the floor. You know, as you add light to a room, everything goes brighter toward the white. So the shadows are not as good as when something is dark. So I'm very glad that Stephen Werner teach me a lot about that. I hope to bring you as a viewer here and surprise you, or just you will be in the position of discovering things, your own movement, your own shadows, your own interaction with these pieces. And I hope when you are not here and you will perceive the space around you and the light and the shadows in a different way. And thank you everybody for watching. This is at the Linden House Art Center here in Athens. My installation is part of the Boundless exhibit here at the Linden House, and I invite you to come and enjoy it. Thank you.